Well, when you find a parking spot at one of these stores, there's no issues walking from your car to the store, but it's when you're coming from Republic Road where you'll find all of this construction equipment. As of this hour, there are still dozens of CU workers and even their trucks here tonight working to restore that power. You can see some of the CU workers off in the distance, up in the air, working to get the lights back on. Now, Cherokee Tree Care, we just spoke with them a few minutes ago. They came here to this neighborhood. This was their first call today. They still have about 25 or 30 to go, and thankfully they said it only took about an hour and a half to clean up this tree. You can just see the stump still left. Though she was still in high school, the department says she was still a part of their team, even having her own set of gear. Every street here in Kabul, it's the same story, with trees split and branches torn off, and also a trampoline even turned upside down. It's an understatement to say places like Ryan Lawn and Tree and Midwest Roofing have been busy this week. They say their work will likely last until the end of this month.
Our days are full. We have more than we can handle, for sure.
It's a race against the clock for Matt Hoving with Ryan Lawn and Tree, winding up chainsaws to cut down trees that fell on houses after Sunday night's storm.
After the Monday into Tuesday, I think we had maybe 250, 280 bids.
It's a sight all across Springfield.
We've seen sticks that are a foot underneath the shingles. We've seen sticks that have gone all the way through to the living room and broke the drywall.
Both Midwest Roofing and Ryan Lawn and Tree are responding first to calls that present the most danger for residents.
Any tree on a house is going to require some method of repair.
We'll be doing this for sure into August, the rest of August.
But once the danger is removed, some are left staring at a much different landscape.
To come out here and see this kind of destruction is just, it's horrible.
What used to be Pam Wagnon's backyard, she now calls a war zone.
This one was 50 feet. The other two that went were 30 and 40 feet.
Tree removal crews came to remove part of Wagnon's 50-foot willow tree that was taking over her neighbor's backyard.
We had hammocks set up on the deck for coffee in the morning with privacy. And it shaded the house, and we have nothing left. Nothing.
Instead, she's left with what she expects to be thousands of dollars worth of damage.
The whole roof will have to be replaced, fences replaced, and trees put in.
Crews are continuing to work hard to get to people like Wagnon, but they're asking homeowners to be patient.
There's so many homes that are damaged, and there's only so many people to help with the damage.
Investigators are still sifting through the rubble, but even in this debris here, Pastor Josh Miller says he still feels some sort of hope.
Landscapes change over the years, but everybody likes to see a little bit of history, and that's gone now.
The historic Southside Baptist Church now lies in pieces.
The shock is still there, being that it hasn't even been a week yet. So we're still very just heartbroken.
Within those pieces of debris lie memories.
Everybody has some memory or some family member or somebody who was either married here or they went here to Sunday school or they came to our VBSs.
Burnt scriptures now serve as a new memory some wish to forget.
It's just sad that, people do stuff like this. It's just senseless.
But the power of a tight-knit community has led to a bit of closure.
To have somebody apprehended within, 24 hours is an accomplishment.
Court documents say a woman spotted James Hopkins walking down the street after the fire. She offered him a ride, which he declined, but he allegedly confessed to burning down the church. Court documents do not mention a possible motive.
In my heart, I've already forgiven him for what he has done. My hope is that through this, that he can come to know Jesus Christ as Lord and Savior.
Pastor Miller and others are using their faith to move forward past this tragedy.
I think the good Lord was saying, hey, don't mess with my church.
We've just felt God's Spirit with us through this journey. So have a long way to go, but we're thankful for where he's brought us so far.
Thanks to the generosity of the community, Miller says worship won't stop.
We have found a place to have services in on Sunday at the YMCA here in town. And so we'll do that and then just start trying to rebuild.
Colton's is holding a fundraiser on Wednesday to help Wright's family pay for funeral expenses. Coworkers say it's the least they can do to help their friend.
It's sad that this is the way that his life ends.
Although Jonathan Wright was one of Thomas Orr's employees, their connection went beyond work.
John was my best. We can argue over who was his best friend, but everybody was family to him. He called me and it was snowing, I was sick. I come out and I help him get his car running. And from that point on, I was Uncle Tom.
It's the nickname he used for Orr at Colton Steakhouse, the place the two started working together.
He got hired as a server / cook / he would wash dishes / he would help through emotional problems.
2 weeks ago, Wright decided to add to his plate.
He wanted to try his hand out at Casper's as well too, so he was actually balancing both jobs. His last 2 weeks here were some of the best times. Obviously, you could see the smile on his face. It was just a different John.
Wright was on his way to work Saturday morning when he was hit by a teen driver.
I was out of town and I just didn't believe it. I just was thinking that everything was going to be okay, and it wasn't real.
SPD believes speed and alcohol are likely the factors in the crash.
He was completely against drinking and driving. He was, completely against it, more than anybody probably that I've ever seen.
Wright's impact stretched far and wide, creating a sense of community for the people he worked with and served.
He had so many people that came in every single week to see him specifically.
We're sad to see him go, and we're going to miss him dearly.